it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. So a few months ago, I did part 2 to picking my subscribers' next piercing, and you all seem to really enjoy that concept. So here's part 3. Now the easiest way for me to get pictures that you send me so that I can kind of analyze and see what I think your next piercing should be, the easiest way is through Instagram, or for part 4, I am thinking about accepting submissions through Discord. So if you have not joined the Go Gretchen Studio, or as I call it, the GG Studio Discord, the link is in the description below, so you should hop over there so that when part 4 comes around, you can submit your pictures there as well. There are a lot of submissions this month, so let's go ahead and get into it before this video gets exceptionally long. So I am going to scoot over here so that you can see the pictures over here. Something to keep in mind, unless you ask to be anonymous, you won't be. So you have to ask for it. Also, you can send in either one ear or both ears. You can either give a little bit of direction of what you're thinking of, or you can just like give me free reign. So let's go ahead and get started. First one is from Beatrice, and they sent in a picture of their right ear. Beatrice has 2 lobe piercings as well as a snug, which that looks like a really nicely done snug. Congratulations on having one. That seems to have done well. So looking at your ear, you have a lot of space to work with, which I absolutely love. I am gonna say, based on it, I really want to focus on the middle or the top part, and I am going to say forward helix. I think you need something over there because you've got around the edge. I think you need something kind of diagonal to the snug, and I think a forward helix. Next we have Amelia. They sent in a picture of both ears. You have quite a bit already, Amelia. I'm going to focus on your right ear where you have your industrial as well as your rook done, and I'm going to say tragus. You need a tragus on your right ear. Next is Eva. They sent in a picture of both ears, and I'm definitely going to be focusing on the right ear because there's a lobe piercing there, but you need something else. I think you should just like go dive deep and get a daith doth, because like that will just add a little bit of spice to that ear. Like it's a blank canvas. I would just go dive right in, get that daith doth. Next is Soph, and they sent in a picture of both ears. They've already got quite a bit on both ears. I never know how you all feel about symmetry. Like I don't know if you want only a specific piercing on one side and not both, because like I have both of my tragus done. I don't know how people feel about that. So I'm gonna say for your left ear, the one where you have a rook, a tragus, and a double helix, I think you should get a flat. Any of that area that's like between the rook, the top part of the rook and the double helix, I think a flat would look really nice in there. Next is from Erin. They sent in a picture of their right ear. They already have quite a few. They have a tragus, a rook, a helix, 3 lobes. I am gonna, I gotta go with my love and say a conch. Get a conch. It would look good in there. It's like automatically gonna be my recommendation when someone doesn't have a conch, is to get a conch, because I just love them so much. But I think a conch would look really nice. Also, I've just realized that I'm kind of assuming on ears, so I should stop doing that. Stop saying like, oh, it looks like it's their right ear, because the image could be mirrored. So I'm gonna stop saying that. Next is from Elena. They sent in a picture of one of their ears. They already have quite a bit going on. An industrial, a forward helix, a tragus, a daith, doth, and a mid helix. I'd say for your current setup with this ear, I would go with like a second forward helix. That looks like you already have a forward helix, but I think I'd get one above it so that it's in between the industrial and then the one you already have. So like you've got 2. Or you've got technically like 3 piercings right in there, but 2 would be kind of together. That's what I would do. Next is from Amy. Amy sent in a picture of both ears, and they already have quite a bit. Also, I really love the jewelry choices. Like, that's absolutely gorgeous. But I am gonna focus on the ear that doesn't have the daith doth done, and I'm gonna say a rook. I think you need a rook in there. I think that would look really nice. Next is from Phoebe. They sent in a picture of both ears. All right, I'm gonna focus on the one that has the rook in this case, because the other one has a whole lot more going on than the one with the rook. And I am going to say tragus. I think a tragus would look really nice on that ear. Next is from Liliana. Sent in a picture of both ears. So I'm gonna focus on the right ear because that has a little less going on. And I'm gonna say a conch. I'm telling you, conch is my absolute love. So if you don't have a conch, I'm automatically gonna recommend it. So I think on your right ear, you need a conch. Next is from Audrey. They sent in a picture of both of their ears. All right, we're gonna focus on the ear that just has the tube lobe piercings. And I think you need, I'm gonna do my best not to recommend conch, because I don't want this to be a conch appreciation video, even though I could totally do one of those. I am gonna say, I think a daith doth. I think that would look really pretty. I think that's what you should go for. Next is from Laura. Sent in a picture of both ears. All right, I'm gonna focus on the one that has the tragus piercing, and I'm gonna say, I think a rook. I would get a rook. Kind of evens it out a little bit. You don't have as much up top for that ear, so I would get a rook. And again, I don't know how people feel about like symmetry, so I don't know if people want a rook on one side and a rook on the other, or if they'd rather just have a rook on one side. Maybe that's something I'll specify in the next one, is you gotta tell me a few things about yourself. Tell me if you don't mind symmetry, and then that way I can offer a little bit more. Next is from Tori, not Vega. Send a picture of both ears. Definitely gonna look at the one without the tragus piercing. And I think you just need a good old helix piercing, preferably up top. So like when your ear starts to curve around to come down to the side, I think right in there, I think you just need a good old helix piercing. Build on this area. Next is from Morgan. First of all, I love the all black that you have going on with your jewelry. Also, I love how your lobe piercing is on your right ear. You have the little stacked one. Oh God, I love those so much. And I'm gonna focus on your right ear, and I'm gonna say a forward helix. You need something on that inner part, and I would go with a forward helix. Next is from Heather. They sent in a picture of one ear, though they say that the other is the exact same except for it has a Dave doff. So I'm gonna focus on the one that you sent. You need something on the center part, so I'm gonna say a tragus. I'm gonna say you need a tragus on this ear, the one that you actually sent in. I'm gonna say a tragus. Next is from Eliarba. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. She sent in a picture of one ear, but she did also say that the other ear is the exact same. This recommendation will be for whichever ear you would prefer. Like if you're a side sleeper, pick the opposite ear of what you sleep on. I honestly think you could really pull off an industrial. And people have said this to me before. They're like, you never recommend industrials. And it's because most people send in pictures of their ears and they've already loaded down with piercings. So it's kind of hard to recommend it. But looking at your ear in the open space, I think an industrial would look really nice. But if you're not feeling the industrial, I'll give you two options. If you're not feeling the industrial, because I know that's a little bit more of a commitment than other piercings, if that makes sense, I would recommend a rook. Again, since both ears are the same, on either ear, that like if you're a side sleeper, pick the opposite ear of what you sleep on. Next is from Melina. Send a picture of both ears. So one ear has a rook and a conch, so I'm gonna focus on the one that doesn't have that. And I'm gonna say just a regular old helix. Again, just right in that curvature area up top, because you need something up there. I'm just gonna say a regular old helix. Next is from Lily. They sent in a picture of one ear, but they say that the other ear has a double helix and triple lobe. So I'm going to focus on the one that they submitted, the picture that they submitted. They have a rook and a conch. Again, I think you need something up top in this upper area, and so I'm just going to recommend a helix. Good old helix piercings. Next is from Anonymous. Again, you can request to be anonymous. You just got to tell me. So I hope this person recognizes their ears so they know that I'm talking to them. So they sent in a picture of both ears. They both have a double lobe. One has a conch, so I'm gonna focus on the one that just has the double lobe. I'm gonna say a forward helix. I think that would look nice. Next is from Reese. They sent a picture of both ears. First of all, I have to say, again, I can't tell which ear is which just because pictures can be mirrored, so I may be getting them completely wrong. But the one ear where you have the stacked rings in one of your lobe piercings, I absolutely love that look, and I'm trying to find stacked rings and like how to do that, because I would absolutely love to do that in my stretch lobes. You're inspiring me to do that. I am gonna focus on the ear that doesn't have the conch. I see you have a conch piercing, so I'm gonna focus on the other ear, and I'm going to say a Dave doff. You need something in that center area. Next is from the user Hi to Death. And first of all, the jewelry selection you have is so pretty. I love the gold and like the greens. Don't be shy, tell us where you get your jewelry from. I'm gonna focus on the ear that has the forward helix, and I'm gonna recommend you get a second forward helix. And the final submission that I'm gonna do is from Sophie. They sent in a picture of one of their ears, and they have 3 lobe piercings, it looks like, and is that a conch piercing? It kind of almost looks like a flat, but down in the conch area. Either way, I am going to recommend a rook for you, because you need something up top. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted their pictures for part 3 of Picking My Subscribers Next Piercing. Again, if enough people are interested, I will definitely do a part 4. And if you would like to submit a picture, just wait for me to pop up the little question box on Instagram or join the Discord, and I will create like a channel specifically just for Picking My Subscribers Next Piercings, so that way it doesn't clog the chat channels with y'all submitting pictures. Also, if you are one of these people that I recommend a piercing to and you do end up getting it, please post it on Instagram and tag me, because I want to see what my recommendation looks like. Seriously, please do. I'd love to see it. Special thank you to my patrons. You can help support the channel on Patreon while having access to videos early. view and patron only content, and more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button, wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.